Jane Rosenthal, Robert De Niro, co-founders of the Tribeca Film Festival. It's a pleasure to be here with you talking about this festival that has meant so much to independent film, but also to New York. How does it feel? This is the 17th festival. As you all do all of this press, which I know you love doing, it's so much fun to talk to all of us over and over about the same thing. When you think about the fact that it was just over 16 years ago that you founded this, what does that make you feel?
Well, it feels great. I mean, we had no idea it would last this long or be as successful, if you want to call it that, or popular. So we're very happy about that.
Did you have anything to say?
I actually, the first festival was 4 days, and I only thought we were doing it once until Bob called me on the way home and asked me why something didn't happen, and he said, well, next year. It's just like, what? Next year we'll be doing this again. But anyway, it's a real honor, and the creatives that come to the festival, and the audiences are pretty spectacular.
When you look back at 16 festivals leading up to this year, are there some moments and some premieres that really stand out and make you proud and make you think this is what this was all about?
The 5th year of the festival, we had United 95 that Paul Greengrass directed, and we'd had all the family members from that flight had come, and they had never felt the outpouring of support that that New York City and even the Pentagon had felt, and it was it was extremely emotional. They were kept grabbing, all of us, and and I remember thinking, do we have a red carpet? And it was like, yes, of course you have a red carpet. They were there to celebrate, but we had to have grief counselors around afterwards. It was really intense. That's what I remember.
I'm trying to think of any
other
moments.
There was another moment when the Grand Rebbe in Brooklyn Brooklyn had blessed this Israeli film that we had, and I got up to introduce the film, and they were all Hasidim with hats on in the theater. I was like, oh my God. When Karen, President Sirleaf came from Liberia.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
Pray the Devil back to hell.
Yeah, that was a special time when she came.
All of a sudden, we're in a theater in the Village, and they said, "Oh, President of Liberia is here." It's like, oh, okay.
Is that how this happens? You all, it sounds like you occasionally get surprised while the festival's going on that something becomes an event or that attention is brought to a certain film.
Yes, it's the one thing about Tribeca is you never know what to expect. There was one year, too, we had this film about this kid from the favelas that became a ballet dancer and is dancing in one of the New York companies, and he hadn't seen the film. And at the end, as the credits were, credits were going, and the lights came up, all of a sudden, this kid just dances from the back of the room and leaps. I mean, it was just the most joyous, spectacular thing, because he hadn't seen it, and, there he was in front of this audience, but it was watching him dance in front of this theater was really amazing.
In 16 years, film has changed so much. This festival has reflected that in very interesting ways. Now you highlight virtual reality, video games, even online filmmaking, television. What are you most excited about? I would ask you first. What are you most excited about where film has come and where it's headed?
I don't know if I'm excited. I mean, it's just the new forms that are emerging, and I'm curious to see where it goes. I don't know. I mean, virtual reality is something that I'm excited, but I don't see it working quite yet, except in certain things in the script, like if you see it, like for medical reasons
Right.
and stuff like that. But for personal reasons, I mean, it's great for medical, or if you want to show something and you can't be there, you can actually get the experience of. But that's something. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to see where it goes. And with AR, I'm thinking of where some people are worried that it'll take over in some ways, and I could see that by the AR being perfection, because it's not human, will remind us that we've made a mistake. And how far do you carry that? Where then what do you pay for that mistake by this, whatever this being is that's supposedly you've created to help you and aid you in something that you can't do by yourself, but now they're superior in certain ways that make you have to worry about their, to use a word that I don't like to use, especially when it's used by the administration, loyalty. Anyway.
We have two narratives about that at the festival. One's called Jonathan, and another is Geronimus's film that really looks at the AI components of what happens when that is in your life in a more profound way.
I just want to know what's your hope. I mean, this thing you created, you thought was going to be 1 year, has now become such a global event. What is your hope for the legacy of the Tribeca Film Festival in the future?
That it becomes a New York institution, that it's that great filmmakers and storytellers come out of it, and you get to entertain some people.
Yeah, I mean that it would be a tradition in New York that will last. That'll be part of the fabric of New York City. That'd be great.